amazing that how when you do the right thing and you pay off your debts, you pay off your credit cards, your home, all your student loans and whatnot, that should be what everybody should do. And the other side of it is, well, if everybody did that, does that stagnate the economy? Because isn't it all financed on debt? So you being in debt actually helps the economy keep chugging along.
Right. I mean, with the U.S., luckily actually not anymore, I would have said we're a consumer economy, but we're more of a service economy now. I think that's one of the biggest things that differentiates developed economies, because India, China, those are consumer economies, where specifically Korea is a huge consumer economy. People save up money just to buy new scarves and stuff. In Korea. So
yeah, you seen Squid Game? What happens
right? Squid Game, exactly.
What happens when you get into debt?
So there are a lot of major consumer economies out there. Not to say that the U.S. doesn't consume anymore, but the U.S. itself, the U.S. economy, does not make a majority of its money anymore from consumption goods, because we're not producing consumption goods anymore. We make them in China, that kind of thing. So China is the consumption good market. America is the service country, right? Because a lot of our the things we buy these days are services. Like a contractor, that's a service actually. There's a lot of raw materials and goods in that, but you're buying a service. Most countries and a lot of big firms now use us for consulting. A lot of money goes into data and marketing and things like that, like big data, and data warehouses and so on and so forth. Those are all quote unquote consumer goods. Those are all services. Having those data centers and things like that, and having your Netflix account, right? That's a service. That's not like a feasible good that you hold in your hand. So the U.S. has really shifted to more of a service model than a consumer goods model. Even though we consume many goods, we don't sell many goods. We sell services.
I never thought about that. I just kind of assumed, going back 20 years that, if it takes us to spend money in order to keep on going, but it's more like now we're selling our knowledge, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
And that's what's keeping the economy going, or keeping us.
That's a huge portion of it, which is, like a lot of our huge tech firms have actually led us down that service route, which is now the U.S. is kind of like the forefront for technology and big data and a lot of those ideas. So a lot of other countries come to us and say, hey, like we're going to go to your consulting firms and use your knowledge and expertise. We're going to buy your services to help us grow our economy and so on and so forth. And then, we're producing, I guess, movies, and a lot of our media might be considered a consumption, but when you put it on a streaming service, that streaming service is a service, right? So, we were just slowly becoming a very service-based economy. Even our food is migrating from a consumption to a service because we're buying meal prep.
Wow, you're right.
That's a service. I mean, it comes with goods, right? But you're paying the additional money for a service, or Instacart, right? That's sometimes, you sign, you do like a monthly, I think Instacart has like a service system, right? Where they take off all the delivery fees.
Probably.
If you're like the gold member, right? Even our food and things these days is being turned into a service.
So all these venture capitalists that dump money into Uber Eats and Grubhub and not making a profit, they see something that none of us else do. Like, hey, we're changing the culture. And then eventually we're going to make money. But right now we're changing the mindset.
And it's funny, the culture that you're thinking of is actually been tested. It's that a lot of people consider services to be cheaper. So paying $5 a month for Spotify or something, like, I have $5. I can do that. If you were to say, would you want to pay 5 cents a song? You're like, well, what if that adds up? I don't know what the end number is going to be, but $5 a month. Oh, I can do $5 a month.
That's very deep psychological insight there. I never would have thought about that.
If you were to add, so one of the things that it's kind of funny is if you were to add up all of the services you pay for, right? Your internet, your Netflix, all those things, you're going to realize that it actually makes up a huge chunk of your monthly expenses is just services. It's not goods anymore. It used to be that you went and rented a movie or you bought a movie. You don't buy any movies anymore. You use a streaming service. So
jeez,
our level of consumer goods has decreased a whole lot because we're getting them through services now, and people feel much more comfortable paying a set amount because people pay, and this actually is a huge concept in risk management and in investing in general, is people pay for certainty.